this is the fence that was built by the Obama administration. And when the Trump administration came in, they were going to continue this up the hill because there was no fence up the hill. And they purchased all this material to complete the fence. And then the day that President Biden came in, he signed an executive order that the fence not be completed. So all of this material that goes down there for a mile, these miles of material have been just sitting there rusting out of apparently political pettiness.
I have served as the chairman of the Yuma County Republican Party for 10 years. Kennedy was only the second Democrat that ever requested a border tour.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So nobody actually ever came to really find out about the border and some of the challenges here.
I'm at the border wall around Yuma, Arizona. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. We've watched about 150 people come across. I was expecting that most of the people would be from Central America. That this is really extraordinary.
This is an American issue that we're talking about. We have polarized the border and immigration to be divisive and all about rhetoric.
This is the infamous Morales Dam gap. And what you had is under President Trump, you had a big push for infrastructure, the wall system. And when President Biden took office, he signed some executive orders that basically halted all wall construction. And so that left the gap here.
Communities like yours are dealing with the ground reality of what happens when we have a broken federal policy that leads to an environment where you have to process over 200,000 people in 3 years.
This is at the Regional Health Center. These are some of the people that we saw come across the border last night, and they're now being processed at the health center.
Firsthand, I want you to hear from our hospital and some of the challenges that we faced there.
The dangers that await people as they make this journey, you don't know who you're going to come in contact with. They don't know who they're turning maybe their child over to. In this room, obviously, we designed it to be as comfortable as we can possibly make it, because the reality is no child should ever have to come to this exam room for an exam.
What I've learned is that people like yourselves doing this work, they're doing it from a humanitarian perspective.
This advocacy center is a product of this community, every aspect of it. If it were not for the support of our community, we would have none of it. So every victim, adult or child, that comes through our center leaves with one of these handmade quilts. You cannot buy hygiene equipment or diapers with a SNAP card. And if I'm trying to help somebody make decisions toward their safety and that of their kids, I have to help them meet their own basic needs. This stuff is stuff that we offer anytime that becomes a deal breaker toward making a decision toward getting out of a violent situation.
What you've accomplished in serving the community, the migrant community, and from a place of grace and heart and knowing the truth of what these individuals are going through, that to me is just an example of what's possible.
This has been an extraordinary trip for me because on the one hand, last night, I witnessed this dystopian nightmare of this uncontrolled flow of desperate humanity crossing the border and converging here because of misbegotten policies by high leadership of the United States, and landing in this community that has the other side of America, the best that we can represent to ourselves, to the rest of the globe. But after visiting the border, I've come to understand that the open border policy is just a way of funding a multi-billion-dollar drug and human trafficking operation for the Mexican drug cartels. When I'm president, I will secure the border, which will end the cartel's drug and trafficking economy. And I will build wide doors for those who wish to enter legally, so that the United States can continue to be a beacon to the world where diversity and culture make us great.